Dear participants, we will now start the last session of the program today. And now we will begin the pitching for the panel of experts. And 3 p.m. today, or a little bit after 3 o'clock, we will know the winner of the NordMatch 2017 pitching competence. And before this point, we will have 1.5 hour time. And please let me first shortly refresh your memory concerning this pitching competition. Yesterday, we worked in advisory ring groups, and in the end of the session, each participant voted on the best idea presented in the group. And today, all participants were given a possibility to train pitching, also the winners from the advisory ring groups. Now, these winners, there are 9 winners from the groups yesterday. They will pitch their ideas for a real panel of experts. And these experts, I will present you soon. These experts will give individual feedback to every pitch project idea. And these experts will also select the best pitch they hear today. And let me also mention that Pro Arts and Business and R.F. Lindstedt Fund are behind the prize of this pitching competition, namely that the winner will get the prize of 3,000 euros, a nice capital to invest in the further development of the pitched idea. And please welcome the members of the panel. Mrs. Turid Johannesen represents the Nordic Culture Point. Mr. Valtteri Karhu is a financing expert of EU structural fund projects. Please. And Mr. Mikael von Boguslavski is in the panel in his capacity as the secretary of the R.F. Lindstedt Fund. Please. I would also like to inform you that Ms. Riikka Wallin will still keep us in the time schedule with the bell that is so familiar for us already. Yes. And now this bell is even more important than before, because every person who pitches will get just 2 minutes for the pitch. And when the bell rings, the pitch is over. And then the panel, 3 persons together, will have 4 minutes to give feedback for each pitching. Also together, you 3 will have 4 minutes. Good. And yes. When all the presentations are over, and the feedback is given, we will have a 15 minutes break, so that, no, how long? Yes, but I will say how they will go out of the auditoria in the meeting room and discuss and make their decision. And me and Anki will have some information that we will want to give you about practicalities on meanwhile that you are working on your expert task. But before we will have the first pitch, I would like to ask you one question for you all. And we begin from the Nordic, and then to the EU, and then to the private financing. Then what is the most important thing for you, what you look in an application when you judge the application? Please use the mic. And it's just to put green. I can put it on. Yes.
Hi, guys. Yes, thank you. The most important thing for me is we have 4 different funding programs where I work. 2 of them are aimed at you guys, so projects that you guys want to initiate and follow through. And that's what I'm in charge of. So they're called Nordbook and Volt. And in those cases, I look at the level of commitment from your cooperating partners. I need at least 3 Nordic countries in it. I look at in what phases of the projects you guys are in, and in what way. Are you only representing, or are you otherwise engaged in the project in the most meaningful way is what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's a short answer.
Okay, thank you. Valtteri, what?
Maybe briefly, we look for honesty, that you're really doing the things that you're writing about in the application. So we're trying to read the applications, that how honestly you are presenting your project idea.
Thanks.
Yes, hello. I think for Lindstedt's part at the moment, we are looking for ambition. We want to see projects that are ambitious and really make use of all the possibilities that we have seeing today with, let's say, just all digitalization, virtual reality, sustainable development, sharing economy, everything we can think of, and ambitious projects here backed up by a competent group.
Okay, thank you.
So that's commitment, honesty, and ambition.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. And for the experts also, when you use the microphone, I would like to ask you that when you finish, you put it, turn it off, and when you put it on, it takes just 5 seconds and then it's functioning again, because otherwise we have 3 microphones going on at the same time. So, okay. So now I have the pleasure to ask Isgerður Gunnarsdóttir be the first presenter, pitching the idea, the emoji 10. And Kaisa Larjoma will prepare to be next. Thank you. And please say when you're ready, because when you're ready, I will just give you the time, and Riikka will take time.
Okay, can I have my picture up? Oh. All right,
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, 2 minutes now.
2, 1. Okay, so for those of you who started off counting, this is not, I realize there are 11 emojis there, but there are more feelings than 10. So the concept is for, so I work with kids explaining things. And we did this with finance about 2 years ago, where we explained a lot of different things in 1-minute videos. So 10 videos explaining things like tax and money and all sorts. And I had this idea that this would be a very good thing to do with feelings and emotions. And hence the emoji 10. So 10 1-minute videos that go through the different emotions that people have and how to deal with them. I'm brought up by a psychologist, and so I'm brought up using a set of tools that not everyone has. And I've worked with kids a lot and used them to teach them how to deal with things. And seeing as in our society of information and all this, you know, little kids kind of grow up too soon because they have all this flood of information that they possibly maybe don't know how to deal with. I see this as something that could maybe help them learn how to deal with the things that the information that they get. So because it's just 1-minute videos, we see it as a sort of go through like anger and how to deal with that. And we're thinking we would do it with graphics, so that using a platform that they understand and relate to, like emojis, to express the different feelings which they use to speak to their friends about how they feel anyway, and then how to do it. And we could put it in like, one of the things we talked about doing was for the emotions to be, so if you're on your phone and you open up a lot of different apps, is that it? Okay.
I think that you can stay here and listen. So the mic is yours.
4 minutes starts now.
It's like, speed talking, people, speed talking.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So would have liked to hear more. That sounded really exciting. 2 minutes is a very short time. So you have probably gotten into it later, but exactly the way of, maybe I was thinking of the way that you would have been distributing this, and what would have been sort of, how do you reach out to the audience? This was probably something you had planned to say later on, but the time, yeah. Okay, so how would you have sort of
this would be online videos,
yeah.
and the way that we see them is that it would be done a lot with graphics, so that it could be translated very easily and be used in, I work for a public service television, and so they would be online and available to everyone. And we kind of were thinking it would be like graphics, and so using, like, if you open applications on your phone, you have all these windows open, and then you sort of swipe them away and you close them down. And that would be one of the ways to show how you can use your mind, and you don't have to, just because you're fixed on something, you don't have to constantly think about it. You can wipe it away, like you're on your phone.
And who are your kids? How are you reaching your kids?
Both through the kids' TV news show that I'm on, and online through social media and.
Yes, I like your idea, but I have a question also. What happens after the project that you're planning?
Sorry?
What happens after the project you're planning?
Well, hopefully it leaves people with a set of tools that they can use dealing with their feelings. That's the goal.
So that they could use them by themselves?
Yeah. So it's basically just, a lot of the time, I think it's sometimes, maybe especially as a kid, you have trouble, realizing what it is that you're going through. And so maybe if you have something to compare it to, we would put, like, examples in it. Like, for example, oh, you were at school and everyone was teasing you, and someone said, oh, I don't like you. And you go home and you're, oh, nobody likes me, and all these unhelpful thoughts in your mind. So that would be an example that they could relate to, and that everyone can really relate to, having been kids before or adults. And then sort of, okay, what do you do with that? And that's just one person, and it's one thought. And if you make it bigger in your head, then that's going to make it have the more impact. Whereas if you wipe it away and stop thinking about it and decide to, it's sort of cognitive behavioral therapy put into a very simple context that can hopefully help.
I think it's a very interesting idea. It's an interesting format as well. You would be able, if you had the Nordic involvement or Nordic cooperation, you would be able to apply for one of my programs, Nordbook, because it looks at, like, the social and the empowerment and enhancement of children and their abilities with dealing with life and society. And I think you're within a format that's eye-catching, and it's interesting for children. So yeah, I'd be interested to see the kind of methods that you would do to actually, or like import to actually have children respond meaningfully to this. Mm-hmm. How do you go beyond it being kind of a game for them? How do you actually tell them that, or how do you actually get them inspired to look inside as well?
Yeah, we were thinking it would be done a lot with graphics, but also one of the ideas that came up yesterday regarding this was, sorry. Was, yeah. That's okay.
And thank you, Iskerder.
Thank you.
No applause now, but when I say that Kaisa Larjoma is coming, yes, applause. And Malin Åman prepares to be next. Say when you're ready. So.
Okay, my name is Kaisa.
2 minutes goes now.
Do you remember what it was like to be young? The inner struggles and trying to find out who you are, and how everyone else is trying to define it for you, like who you are, your parents, your teachers, advertisers even. Like, didn't you just want to get away from it for a while? I think I did. Champ Camp is an open space-based reality TV series and a series of youth camps that bring together young people from a variety of backgrounds to support each other and to get support from professionals from the fields of youth work, social work, arts and culture, and sports and outdoors. Champ Camp Season 1, first scene. Somewhere in the remote Finnish Lapland, a young person arrives at a hut where there's a sauna, and he goes in the locker room, or she, and takes off clothes, jewelry, turns off the mobile phone, puts them in a locker for a while, goes in the sauna. And soon a new person comes in with the same simple swimming suit. You can't tell how this person is, who he is or she is. They start talking. More people come in, and finally you have 10 participants of Champ Camp. And one season of Champ Camp is filmed in a period of 10 months. The group meets 10 times, varying from 2 days to 1 week. And the activities include discussions, group discussions, outdoors activities, different kinds of challenges for the young people, individual counseling also. And, well, we can't really do this Champ Camp thing alone. We need partners. We need a TV company, production company, and someone to air the TV show. We need an outdoors organization to help us find the facilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaisa. Thank you. Please grab the microphone. Maybe Turid is the first one now, or and 4 minutes starts now.
Thank you for that presentation. I thought it was it sounds fun. It would be nice when I was little if I could go to Champ Camp. This is more along the lines of production, I would say, if I'm thinking from my own point of view with the funding programs that we have. So production is film production is not something that we would be able to fund. We usually let you go on to have a look at the Nordic Film and TV Fund. Sometimes they do specialized stuff. But this whole camp idea, it is interesting. Is this kind of a Big Brother thing? Will you follow these poor children? Or?
Yes, there would be one group of young people who is being followed by TV cameras, and their stories are being told to wider audiences who can relate to. So anyone can relate to these people. They're from different backgrounds. Young people can see, like, okay, they have these kind of issues. They get this kind of help for it. Maybe I can get some help for myself as well. And with the launch of the series, there would also be an open call for participants for more private champ camps where there won't be any TV cameras. So there will be actually these champ camps, like 10 of them or so, aside of this one big TV series, which is, it's like a combination of reality TV and real life youth work and that kind of thing.
I think if your application came to me, there would be, or to our programs, there would be a huge question of safeguarding. How will you safeguard the children that are actually being followed by the cameras? How are they supposed to express themselves freely, being honest and you know, providing inspirations for others and being like aspiring for others as well? But it's interesting, very interesting.
This is a hard one. They're probably all hard ones with the ESF, but we usually work with economic development or promoting growth, learning and skills, and social inclusion. How would the world be better after this project?
Well, if we would have 10 plus 100 young people, 110 young people, and of course the audience who have been impacted by the TV series, who are better connected with themselves, and the people who take part in the camps, they learn new skills. They they're better equipped for not just working life, but life in general. Because they can deal with their emotions. They can deal with their emotions and handle things better. They probably, for example, if a person had problems of like being in debt when they came to Champ Camp, there would be a counselor who could help them release this and to get a fresh start in between the 10 months when it's being filmed. So in between, the person would like make efforts by him or herself to seek help.
This is something you could do with the ESF money in particularly in Finland, but maybe in other countries too. I believe that this is something that could be developed to a project.
Yes, thank you for a very interesting and engaging idea. I can say immediately from Lindsted's perspective, as we are mainly looking into projects concerning financial or economic development, it would be difficult for us to fund it, even if we would want to. However, I found it really, I think, a project that would be very important to be carried out, because, as you mentioned,
I gave you 30 seconds more.
Damn. Oh wow.
To end with a positive thing now.
Can I tell you the name of the person who came up with this idea, because it was not my idea? It's Minna Heikkinen, whose idea this is, and I'm presenting for her.
Thank you. And Malin Åman. And next prepare Santa Simonovic together with Kara Feodorov. But first Malin. Yes. Are you ready? 2 minutes starts now.
Okay, it's my opinion that poetry, and especially performance poetry, is a great tool for connecting people. Estrade Poesie Fee is a project that I've already started together with a friend 2 years ago, approximately. And our goal in starting this project was to lift the performance poetry scene in Finland, that's relatively small, to make it broader and more interesting. And we especially wanted to focus on the Swedish performance poetry scene, since we felt that focus is already given to Finnish performance poets and that scene. So we're focusing on the Swedish performance poetry scene in Finland. And via this, we also hope to increase cooperation between the Swedish and Finnish poets and performance poets to help break the language barrier that is in this country between Swedes and Finns. And on a broader scale, we also want to start an association for performance poetry, mainly Swedish, but all performance poetry in Finland. And we also hope to work towards a broader Nordic cooperation between different Nordic countries in the performance poetry scene, which is very big for especially Sweden, but also Norway and Denmark have fairly big performance poetry scenes. And one link in this is that the spring of this year, of 2017, we organized tryouts. We organized 4 tryouts for poets from all over the country to come and participate, and we chose 4 poets that we then sent to the Swedish Championships in Poetry Slam that was held in Gothenburg, Sweden, in May of this year. We got funding for this from Svenska Kulturfonden, so yeah.
Maybe somebody puts the microphone on. It helps.
I like the idea because this is a project or the idea promoting culture, and that's mainly the business that I work with. But this is something that we used to fund in the previous funding period, not anymore, but I believe that this kind of ideas could have funding from some, for instance, that you said you have funding from a trust or some kind of. Do you have?
Yeah. Hey, well, it sounds very interesting. It has the potential also with the Nordic scale, if it hasn't already been on a Nordic scale, no?
Well, we are in discussion. I know it's come from initiative from Sweden and Norway to start Nordic Slam, a Nordic a competition or a Nordic championship, and also to start a broader network. So we're in the discussion with them in the capacity that we can, being two people.
Could you tell me just something about from the erfarenheter, experiences, from the experiences that you've had with the event you had this year? You said in Gothenburg, I think.
Or we organized tryout here in Finland, and then we sent 4 poets to compete in the championships in Gothenburg. Yeah.
Exactly. So, what's the development? Where do you see this project going? In what direction?
Well, we partook in this championship in Sweden to sort of broaden the network to Sweden, and we had not only Swedish performance poets, we had a Finnish and also 1 English speaking of these 4. So we wanted to sort of broaden the network that way, and also take in influences from Sweden and the other Nordic countries to Finland to maybe also help broaden we have Finnish championships also in Poetry Slam, so we wanted to maybe get influences here to make that competition bigger and broaden the whole scene of performance poetry in Finland, but we want to help get a lot of influences from Sweden and ideas and to keep the bridge open to the rest of the Nordic countries.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. This sounds really interesting. I can ask from a funder point of view. Let's say that we had 10 applications for performative art in this sphere. So what would be the one thing that you would say that this thing does better than everyone else?
Well, I feel that performance poetry can be used in so many ways. It's not just you can come and listen and you can take it in like an art, but you can also have workshops in schools for kids, or maybe expand it to the elderly or in some way, and you can do so much with poetry, and it's a very expressive way. And performance poetry is special because it's not just in text on a page. It's meant to be heard and listened to, and I feel that it's also great for like public speaking and speaking in front of crowds, and that could be very, very good for kids to experience and youth.
Thank you. Anything else?
10 seconds. 10 seconds. Thank you.
So, thank you very much.
Please come forward, Santa and Kara. I can use the 10 seconds. And I would like to remind you in the expert panel that it is okay that you also give feedback of the pitching, not just if it fits to your program. Okay? And also for the pitchers, I would like to remind you it's okay to ask for an exact sum. Is it like 3,000 or 30,000, or what do you want? How much do they give to you? Because it can influence your opinion of the project. So please, Santa Simona Vitsiute and Kara Feodorov.
It's a mistake about Kara.
Oh, sorry, it's only Santa.
It's only Santa. Okay, but then you will have the whole 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Think positive. Think positive.
Yeah,
Yes.
So?
And are you ready?
Yeah.
2 minutes begins now.
Hello again. I am Santa from Lithuania, from 200 square meters educational workshops. As you know right now, I am an architect, professional one. And so here I am. I want to wake up you right now. Everybody knows that adults are in charge in creating things for kids. But have you ever heard that children create for children? We want to bring awareness to a light. Let children create for a children and embarrass themselves. For an example, kids in Berlin could create for kids in Helsinki, from Helsinki. So they create a product, for example, eco-friendly toy. And after this, we can sell it. And some percent of money would go for kids that really need some supplies. So like this, we teach children to create, collaborate, and to be innovative. And I am here because I'm professional in this that I do, and I am aware of kids and really need some who really need some help. So let's start from here and use our power for new engaged. That's it.
Thank you. Before the panel begins, I just mentioned that Tobias Grünfelder, you will be the next one, not yet, next one.
Next one.
Next one. But please, experts, make up.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. This was a quick and very sort of good and to the point pitch. So thank you for that. I would perhaps like to know a little more details on exactly how this collaboration would be organized. In a sense, how would they work, and what would be sort of the way of distributing and reaching out.
Okay, so nowadays we have a media. It's really easy to talk to each other from Helsinki, for example, to Ukraine. I have no idea about it, but they can draw, for example, and we can do a product, eco-friendly textures, make a toys, sell them, and give money. So that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Santa.
Hey.
Thank you very much for that presentation. I really like your idea. It has a level of exchange between kids, which is great. There's an international appeal as well, I think I heard. There's sustainability and just the whole philosophy of having children actually create something that they would love to have themselves and present it to other children. However, in relation to the programs that we have, this is commercial, so it wouldn't fit into our programs. I would suggest you would have a look at an organization called Nordic Innovation. Maybe they have something for you. I don't know with a Baltic, but could be. We also have Nordic Council of Ministers office in Lithuania. Was it Lithuania?
Yeah.
In Lithuania, that might be valuable for you there if you want partnerships towards the Nordic regions. They could brainstorm something with you as well, because it's a good idea, and it was very good presentation, very good pitch.
I think I also like the idea that you presented, and it is related to the thing that you presented before, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is is the aim to develop the idea more, or is it to continue the thing that you are already doing?
It will be in the future, maybe. Not right now. We are not working right now. Just I think about it here.
Okay. What is the marketing channel for the products that are made?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The marketing channel of the products that you make, where do you sell them?
In websites and in shops. I think it will be great. Thank you.
And Tobias now. Now Tobias Grünfelder and Ablaye Niaye is preparing. Next. You're ready?
Okay.
And 2 minutes starts now.
Okay, hello, my name is Tobias and my idea is called, we start here, the magic of diversity. So I'm working as a magician in Germany, and last year I did a magic tour in cooperation with a cultural institution from Germany in the Baltic states, in Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. And I was doing shows for kids who are learning German. And I want to take this idea to the next level, because I realized that in our society there are no events, no places where all parts of society meet up, like young people, old people, homeless people, immigrants, refugees, politicians, and business people. And I would like to create an event, maybe for the first time one, but it can be a lot of events out of it, where we try to bring all these people together. And I would like to bring artists like magicians or comedians, clowns, juggling, to this event from all over the world. I mean, I have contacts to really good street artists which are experienced from Brazil, from Finland, from Argentina, from Germany. And to create this event as a platform for all these people to meet up. And it should be a connecting that other institutions can connect to this event. And yeah, that should be the benefit out of it. Because I think it's really easier for a politician to get into a conversation with a homeless man after seeing a funny and magical show. So I realized, because I was born next to a big disabled institution and I'm living right now together with a refugee from Syria, that there are arts like magic, like juggling, a clown. They need no language and they can touch us and bring us together for one moment. And afterwards, it would be nice to have this event, a get-together. So what I need is a good connected institutions, well-connected people who can get all these people from their door to the event. We need money for the traveling costs, for the right location, for marketing, designing a website, and 40,000. Let's make this world more magical. Thank you.
Thank you, Tobias. And panel, the 4 minutes are yours.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Tobias, for a very, very engaging pitch. And I think it's the first short general observation. It's really interesting to see that many of these pictures already are concerned with really physical interactivity between persons across the social classes, and I'm very happy to see that, because the social classes and the problems sort of accompanied to it are a bit sort of coming back also, I think, into Western society, and which is a bit alarming in many senses. So I'm great to see that so many of these kinds of projects are going on and ideas are being thrown around. Again, my question would be that how would you? Of course, it's everybody is enticed by these kind of magic shows, and everybody enjoys them and going to circus shows, for example. And this, but still, how would you differentiate? What would be this one thing? How you would promote that one thing?
Yes, it's the magic of diversity. That should be the slogan. And I mean, why not create this event like in 1 year here together with NordMatch, together as an evening event to bring these people together? But it's not about magic. I mean, I'm talking about street artists that really have stories to tell. And when you see a really good, experienced street artist from Brazil, you never have been to Brazil, but you feel attached. And it doesn't matter if you're young, old. And afterwards, I mean, the event should be implemented. It should be maybe a one-day event, or with that show as a main point of it. But afterwards, a get-together, you drink and eat together. A transcultural kitchen. I mean, there are a lot of ideas we had here that could be implemented. A poetry slam with it. I don't know, you know. It's... So it should be, the slogan should be that diversity, the magic of diversity, and it could be a great slogan for, I don't know, even for companies to promote, because diversity, I mean, I'm studying politics, and the idea of managing diversity is getting popular. People start to realize that diversity is not an issue of equality, it's an issue of yeah, diversity brings power into a business, into an organization, new ideas. So we have to bring that diversity. I'm not talking diversity.
Hi, Tobias. Thank you. I agree. It was a very engaging pitch, very good. And there's great ambition in your project idea. I mean, getting this realized will be a huge event. And it is interesting. For our programs, I'd say you would fit in with the culture and art program. And you could apply for 40,000 there. But
I mean, this is like, if you do it once, it starts, I don't know, with 5,000, 6,000. And when you, I mean, the idea to think it globally or broader, that you have 4 or 5 artists who have a really nice show together, and they start in one big city and then go to the village and bring the whole village together for an event. And it could be a docking station.
Absolutely, and it can evolve into so many things as well. Having the long run is in mind is a good thing. For us, we would like to see who are these cooperating partners. Do they bring something that will actually help you make people realize the magic of diversity? How will you prevent diversity becoming another thing for people like us to say, oh, diversity?
I mean, I think that the business world in this way is sometimes some steps before. I mean, yeah. Organizations in the business world, they're realizing how important it is to have a diverse employment. I'm not talking about they need one Hispanic, one. I mean, diversity is much more than this.
Exactly, getting to the core of diversity. Yeah, thank you.
I'm astonished by that that you are. I get the feeling that you really believe in the idea that you have presenting or pitching. Thank you for that. And that what I'm looking for in the project is a method that can be scaled up, so that we are interested in training ways of working. Could you train your passion to other artists?
Yeah, I mean, I got the idea because I got the idea actually from street festivals. And when you're meeting really good street artists, you realize, you look into the audience, there's a child sitting next to a man in a wheelchair, and they both having fun. And this is the first binding moment for them. So to scale it, I mean, you need to look where are performing arts that can connect everyone. It doesn't matter which language you speak. And then you need institutions who want to create it.
And Ablaye Nyayek is the next, and Sandra Smona, you, and Kara Feodorov, you are the next one after Ablaye. Are you on your 2 minutes now?
So hello everybody. I'm Ablaye. I'm from Metropolia University of Applied Sciences, and I'm here presenting my idea of Kamppi Kompassi. This is a problem I have seen in the street of the center in Helsinki. There is like many young people, like maybe too many young people, just wandering around, not doing really nothing, especially in the shopping malls like Kamppi. There is like many people hanging around. They don't have any places to go. They are like getting in trouble with the security guards. They are messing things up. They are maybe fighting there or getting things like broken. So this Kamppi Kompassi is an idea that we take an area in the shopping mall, and we let the kids design the area, design the place, or whatever they want. So it will be like their own area in the shopping mall. And I don't mean that it should be like closed area. It's an open place for everybody who is like shopping in the shopping mall, but it's like designed by the young people, so they would take it as their own, so they would have respect for the place. They would maybe keep it clean, and they wouldn't break stuff. And I don't know, maybe we could like do some cooperation with youth organizations or associations, or even with Kamppi shopping mall. I think this would be like a win-win situation where the kids would win and the shopping mall, they would like calm things down a little bit, and it would be a win-win situation. So I don't know, and if the kids are doing themselves, I think the other kids from other group, they are like maybe getting excited that, whoa, these kids are doing that. So if you did it, you won't skip it.
Valtteri, maybe you take the mic now first.
This is something that we are funding from TSF in Finland and in Helsinki also. So, but it's also a responsibility of the municipality to organize this kind of things in Finland, and I believe that you should talk to the municipal officials so that they could be partners, or they could be maybe funders also for the project. Although also the Kamppi center the shopping center could be interested in this kind of thing. I'm not sure that if you need funding from me, or do you need the funding from the municipality?
Yeah, hi, Olli. Thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. Yeah, activating young kids, getting them to design an area, and if you wanted, you keep it. I think it's a great idea, and if you start off nationally, you do a pilot project, maybe Finnish, Kamppi, yeah, Finnish, then come to the Nordic regions with your pilot project and say, hey, this works where I come from. Let's do something. Let's have fun. Maybe that would be an idea, because I don't know. It sounds cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I also enjoyed the pitch very much. Was really good, and I think it's a good idea to come to sort of recognize this problem. I mean, we all have probably been to Kamppi and we've been to other places. There are, in all bigger cities, there are, I mean, okay, Helsinki is not that big a city, but anyway, there are these places where young people hang out and don't really have anywhere to go, and so this kind of engagement that actually give them something to work with and make the place their own I think it would definitely have the kind of effect that you mentioned, and I agree with Turid that it is something that could and should be scaled up when you get it underway. And have you already talked with someone? Have you maybe pitched these ideas to other persons, or maybe?
Yeah, just like in a like minor scale, like little bit, and talking with some kids there and something like all over the place stuff, but not like really specific. Okay. But I think this would be like and not that big anyway, this project, that you could keep it like small and simple. So.
And hey, maybe also take over more areas. Why just the shopping mall?
Yeah. I was thinking that maybe you could even take this like outside or in the summer times, or other cities.
Or something that's innately grown up, like the Riksdagen, the Parliament.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, because it's a more positive way to do it like this. There are some organizations that go to Kamppi or go to these areas, but they just talk about from a very negative and problematic point of view, whereas your focus is much more positive and thinking that, okay, what could we do to actually enjoy ourselves together and not mess things up.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So Sandra, Smona, Kara, Fyodorov, and Bengt Andersson will be the next. Are you ready and comfortable?
No.
No? Okay, wrong formulation.
I'm ready, but not comfortable.
Okay, can we begin? Yes, 2 minutes begins now.
Sometimes a blind person actually sees more than us because he's willing to open his mind for new opportunities.
So we want to open up the minds of people who can see. We want to diminish the lack of knowledge and empathy for the blind community, and we also want to diminish the lack of connection between people who are blind and people who can see.
So our solution is to integrate visually impaired youngsters into the society of the young people who can't see through an art project. Promote understanding and empathy in both directions in a very creative way. So people develop and promote social businesses movement, and all incomes goes to the problem solution. And how does it work? So representatives of the blind community would go to a school and inform students about blind people and how they should act around them for a couple of hours. They would paint together, and in the end these paintings will be transformed in the design. And during these times students would have a role as a supportive persons who would guide the blind people from their home to the place that they are painting and then back.
And beneficiaries of this project would then be the blind and also the students. And maybe these people could educate their family and friends about each other. And if this project would succeed, you could start a brand carried out by the selling of, for example, T-shirts with the design of the art made by the blind.
Yeah, so we will transfer drawings to a product, and we will create mark of recognition of society responsibility of socially responsible people, and it's like a new design branding, and so we can make the products like T-shirts, as mentioned, Kara, maybe cups or calendars, greeting cards on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, both of you for that very interesting idea. I was getting so stuck in your presentation, so difficult to formulate the question. I think this sounds very engaging. This and how do you again connect from a very people who have very sort of different. I mean, I can imagine it would be a very interesting thing to do, because obviously blind persons, I can imagine that the way that they experience the world is completely different than from the other students they would be collaborating with. So I think you could have some really interesting results coming out of this. And in that way, I mean, and you do it somehow as a startup as an SME, I would really sort of look into the possibility of Lindstedt being able to fund something like that. I mean, it's way outside of economics, but still the way you pitch of trying to sort of make it into a business idea could be interesting for us. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just one clearing up a bit. Is this a program? Would this be a program that would go on and on?
So it could be a social business, yeah. It's like a program, or we would like to create a manual how to work with blind people, the students and the blind people together, and share this informational material through the Nordic states and Baltic states. Yeah, it's like a program, like a project, with no ends, and probably in the future it will be social business.
Yeah. All right.
It's very. Say more that this would like start off in Latvia with Sandra, and if it would be successful, I would be like the contact person to start up this thing in Finland. That's why we are both here, and so we would try out it in Latvia first and see how it goes.
Good. Very interesting. I mean, this is something that would, with a Nordic element, cooperative element involved, it would be something that could be interesting for Nordbook as well. If you're looking for, usually in cases like this, what I do is I go to the Nordic Welfare Center. I think it's called in English in Sweden. Yeah, they have competent people and networks there. If you're looking for partners or inspiration about where to take this, yeah. But it sounds awesome.
This is something that is a part of the ESF program or the objectives of the ESF program, especially in Finland, but I believe in other Baltic states also. So the older Baltic Sea states. I see a possibility here to, if you could focus or think of how the blind people could be integrated in the work market. How can you help blind people to get in the work market and help them be full members of the society by helping them work with their and earning money and becoming a full members of the society. We have a few enterprises in Finland that work with this problem already and they do this kind of work. That you could try to find out who they are and get them as a partner and do a little bit benchmarking from that point of view.
Yeah, I think the problem is that people don't really know how to act around blind people, or they don't know enough about them that they are really people that could be working.
Yeah, so we want to educate the students, and then later on they will be the businessmen, and probably they will involve blind people. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Please welcome Bengt Andersson and Nea Kujala can prepare to be the next and last one.
May I take you?
Yes, sure. Just say when you're ready, so. Ready?
I'm ready.
2 minutes starts now.
You are 12 years old. You stand in front of an area, a space, a site where you know something have happened. Something terrible have happened there. And the only way that you could investigate what happened is by using your mobile phone. Because if you put yourself on a special spot, you will hear what happened on that spot. And if you go to another spot, you will hear what happened on that spot. And you understand that there have been some bullying here. And there have been somebody who bullied somebody else. You are not the one who have been bullied. You are not the one who have been bullying. You are the silent observer. By the end of this fictionally site-specific performance for pre-teens, you will stand on a spot where you suddenly became the not silent observer. You became the hidden hero who stopped the bullying. Shall I talk a little bit? Because I could, of course, explain a little bit of the technical part, but I didn't took the 2 minutes for that. And it's a hint, you can ask me.
I think that the batteries have...
Hey, Bengt.
Hey.
What a cliffhanger you ended on. We being, or the person listening being the one who solves the bullying. I'd love to hear more about that. But I want to ask you, why fictional?
Because idea is that we actually should be mobile. So it should be a fictional play that you actually present on a place, but then you could present it on another place also, so that the participation will be a part of the fictional alter ego for everybody who is part of the performance.
Okay, so the examples or the storylines of the bullying itself doesn't have to be fictional. I mean, because
no, it could be real.
Real
it could
life.
be real happening that happened, but I don't think that I don't sure yet if it could be placed on a school where it actually have been bullying, because it may be so specific that everybody protect themselves by not wanting to be part of it. So maybe the fictionality put it a little bit away, and then suddenly you became more emotionally engaged in the problem solving, and you find yourself in another position, not being the quiet observer, being the hidden hero instead.
Exactly. I think it sounds really interesting. I mean, for me, I think it would be extremely interesting to actually feel the crossover effect of listening to this storyline and then knowing that this is real, and then being the hero, as you say. I'm not sure how that would work, but
it would work fantastic. Because you could arrange it so that everybody's standing in a ring and say no in the beginning. They don't know why they say no, and in the end you could put that in the fictional so that actually you could see your friends saying no.
All right.
It's possible to make it kind of crossover between reality and fictionality.
Okay. I think there's something there that would be interesting. So how are the kids involved is the question that remains. How are they?
The question: the kids have their mobile phone or an iPad from the school, and they're going around on this specific space, and there are local-based information on the spots, so they have to go to a spot, and then they hear a situation, part of the puzzle, and then they go to another place. They could go as an individual, or they could create groups, and they could look...
exactly, but I mean more along how are they involved with you, like making it happen, making the storylines, making the performances.
The process to making it.
Yes.
Of course, you could include kids on that one.
Okay. But thank you. Sounds interesting. Any other comments?
I would try this. It would be nice. As I said before, I'm interested in projects promoting employment or economic development. Maybe this is not in the scope, but it could be a project for the Ministry of Education in Finland. So that could be a possible project funder for the idea.
I think that Kim sits in the audience, and he's brilliant. You present yourself. YMCA and...
Yes, I'm Kim, YMCA Finland. My title in business cards is Virtual Reality Specialist. So we ended up being in the same advisory board and exchanged some thoughts.
So you helped me a lot in this group that I see more of you to develop this idea.
I'm the hidden brain.
I'm the hidden brain. No.
Okay, from the shadows.
Yes, thank you. So again, I think this would be something very important, a project to carry out, because I think people are more and more living in their own bubbles and sort of shake them around. The only possibility seems to be to actually make them experience different things for themselves, and this would be one way of doing it. It's a form of education and instruction used in many fields. Actually, you can go to a specific place and experience that. And I was happy to hear about this VR, because this could be one thing more to even more sort of flesh out the experience and really make it immediate to the participant. And so again. Again, the bell again.
Thank you.
And then we will concentrate us on the last speech for today. Mia Kujala. Are you ready?
Yes.
2 minutes starts now.
Hi, I'm Nea. I'm representing two organizations, Sport Institute of Finland and Outward Bound Finland. Nazir came to Finland a year and a half ago. She walks on the streets of Lahti and she sees unfriendly faces, people staring at her, no one really interested about her and her story. Forest represents something really dangerous place for her. Forest is something where might be bombs, there might be dangerous people, dangerous animals. forest is not the same for her as it is for us Finnish. In this project, we want to give the immigrants their own experience of nature and learn about Finnish culture through their own experiences. We will have a group of Finnish Sport Institute students, and it's their responsibility to plan and organize and instruct weekends for one immigrant group. They will teach them skills, they will take them kayaking, riding a bike, just making a campfire in the forest and spend time. So it will be from young to young, learning from each other and sharing experience around the same campfire and just spend time together, all different kind of nationalities. And for sports instructor students, a chance to widen their perspective about immigrants and also practice their instructor skills for a more heterogenic group than just a normal sports club in Vierumäki. In this project, we would need equipment, bus, food, accommodation, all these kind of things, but we have good connections already, the Outward Bound Finland and Sport Institute.
Panel 4 minutes starts now.
This is something that we have a program for also, and could be something that the ESF could be interested in. And I believe that we should take a chat after the meeting also.
Hi, Nea.
Hi.
We can't support sports organizations where I come from, but it's a really good idea. The one thing I was a little unsure about, and maybe it slipped my attention, but how, like, teaching. You having your participants teach immigrants and kind of bringing them in. How do you make sure that it's not just a one-way thing? How do you make the experiences and the skill set from the immigrants as valuable to you as you are to them?
We would first spend a lot of time with the students and learn, so that they would learn through an experience, so that they would have a variety of experience, how to be in the nature, and then it would be their responsibility to instruct the immigrants, and then also the immigrants could be part of the planning what they want to do the next time, and there would be a lot of sharing how they feel about this. And for example, if being in a boat or in a canoe reminds them of being a boat refugee or something like that, then there would be something that we discuss. And it's always that you have to know your own limits and feel what's safe for you. But definitely different kind of experiences would be there. But yeah, we can never know what will be the outcome, but we would make sure that the students are professionals and we would be guiding them through the whole project, and they would get a lot of responsibility so that they would be guiding the immigrants. So it would be from us to the students, from students to immigrants, and also from immigrants back to us and back to the students.
Good answer. Good answer.
Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you, Nea. I think this is really a great way to carry out integration and inclusion. So you should definitely speak to Valtteri afterwards. Because I'm sorry to say again for Linz that this would be difficult to fund, but I can definitely help you with your application before you give it to Valtteri. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Nea.
Thank you.
And now for the panel, business cards. For the panel, is there somebody who guides you to the meeting room? Riikka will go with you to the meeting room. There's a peaceful and quiet meeting room reserved for them. And if you could be back a little bit, 2 minutes before 3. So thank you so far.
Thank you.
And please, Anki, could you come? And actually, before I will give Anki opportunity to present and thank the partners who have been organizing this event. I would like to ask that, is there any questions concerning the study visits today? There are, Anki, you could maybe tell that there are some persons who will...
Yes, there is a person guiding each group to the study visits. So after we stop here, we could meet outside in the groups. If you meet by the notice board where there's information about the groups, then we can put you in contact with the person who will lead you to that right place, so you can take the tram together. And that person will also have a tram card, so if you don't have a card for transportation in Helsinki, we have a person who can pay the trip for you. So it's easy to get to the location and won't take any extra time.
And I would also like to ask that if there is some of you that will not go to the study visits, but who are going directly from here to the airport.
Then it's possible if you could share taxis.
Because I was thinking that maybe then we could organize that if there is like a
shared taxi. Yeah. So here is one Bengt, and then we have...
Is there somebody else that don't go to study visits, but I think that she left already.
Did Gerda leave already?
Yeah, 2:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if there's somebody else who leaves for the airport afterwards,
then it would be we can mix match together, so that just that we know. But please, Anki, tell about then.
This is what my happy face looks like. I'm so happy that you're all here and for everything that we've done together, and I'm so happy to see so many cooperations starting. We could see it during the pitching session also, that even in the pitching that there was cooperation, there were new contacts, and people were really supporting each other. Even the panel started helping and offering their support. So this is really what NordMatch should be and is about. How we can create a platform for cooperation and finding colleagues of all ages and all backgrounds in different countries and start working together. So I'm really happy. Thank you for that. Thank you for throwing yourselves in. Thank you for really taking part and sharing your ideas and your dreams and your visions and daring to do so. And as I told you in the beginning yesterday, we are many organizations who have planned this together. The NordMatch conference concept is the same, with inspiring sessions, cases in the mornings, the advisory ring to develop ideas together, and then pitching session, both pitching workshop and pitching session for a panel of financiers and study visits. And I offer this NordMatch conference concept also to be taken to new places. It's been done 4 times now, and it can be applied in different sectors of society. You can bring together different sectors. You can use it in different countries. So please be in contact if you want to make a NordMatch yourself in cooperation. And this time NordMatch 2017 has been organized by this EU project, the Creative and Inclusive Finland, the cooperation project, and Arcadia University of Applied Sciences has been our main cooperation partner when it comes to all the spaces. I mean, this was a wonderful house to do this in. Everything has worked very fine, and we have the cooperation with the media side here in University of Applied Sciences. Thank you to you guys who haven't been seen, but you are working back there, streaming and filming, and to all the students who have taken part from here, from Arcada, and then also from Metropolitan University of Applied Sciences. We've had students from the social field and teachers, and also from arts management, and here the same here in Arcada. And then Lukan, the Finland-Swedish Information and Cultural Center here in Helsinki, who is part of the Creative Inclusive Finland project. Thank you so much for everything. And then also University of Arts Helsinki, who is the main coordinator of the project, made this possible to do it within this scale, within this Creative and Inclusive Finland scale. Then we have the city of Helsinki, who has been actively part, and Southeastern Finland University of Applied Sciences, XAMK, which is a huge University of Applied Sciences, who's also taken part in the planning. The Art and Cultural Professionals Trade Union Taku for organizing the network meeting, one of the network meetings yesterday, and Art and Culture Professionals, the Finnish Youth Cooperation Alliance, that works together with all the youth organizations in Finland. The Finnish Olympic Committee, that is the umbrella organizations for all sports and leisure movement in Finland. And then Pro Arts and Business, who applied for the money that the panel is now planning who should get. And Produforums Vänner, who paid for several of the speakers today for their travels. And then AF Lindstedt Fund, who gave the 3,000 to the pitching session. So I'm really, really grateful for all this wonderful cooperation and all the people behind this. And for all those who organized their network meetings here, and thank you for Vierumäki and the Kepeli and Mun Juttu project for bringing your experiences here and taking them onwards, and let's see where it will lead you through the pitching now. It's really wonderful to see how people and ideas show up and pop up in different places, and where this will take us. So it's really an event that is organized by a lot of people, for a lot of people, and I think it's really important to have these kind of platforms where the main target is that everybody are equal. You meet on an equal base, you meet as colleagues, no matter if you're studying or working or whatever you do or from which country you come. So thank you all, and thank you so much to Riitta Heinämaa for being the moderator. I feel really safe having you here.
Oh, lovely. Oh, thanks. Some puss och kram. Thanks.
You're an excellent moderator.
Thank you.
So do we have...
maybe I would also like to thank all you in the audience and on my behalf. It has been a pleasure to be here these 2 days and be inspired by the program together with you. Before the prize ceremony, I would like to say that take care of yourself, keep in touch with your new contacts, and enjoy the study visits. And hashtag NordMatch 2017. Thank you very much for all of you. And my suggestion is that we don't go out of the auditorium because they just have...
We could ask the students who have been taking care of all the registration and information and preparing all the rooms, and all the students from Arcada, if everybody could come in, could you ask them if there are still some people outside? Yeah, thank you. So we can thank them all because, and many of you are sitting here also, because it's been amazing. I mean, these people showed up on Wednesday this week, and we started telling about everything, and Riikka showed them what they can do, and they got to choose tasks. And after an hour, there was like a full tomteverkstad going on. They were like making all the folders and all the signs, and all. It was wonderful. And from that time on, in spite of catastrophes and other things that happened, unfortunately, outside of this house, and that has affected many of you, I'm really happy for all your work and your competence and your resilience. And I would especially like to ask Adina to come down so I can give you a present, because you have been with us much longer than since Wednesday, and you've done an invaluable job for planning and all the things about how to get here and the venues and the infos on that. Adina has taken care of that. She has booked the plane tickets for the speakers, and she has looked to it that everything is in place, and it's been really invaluable help. So thank you so much.
No.
And all the students who have helped, can you please stand up from Arcada so we can thank you? Thank you. And of course, I would like to thank Riikka a lot, because she's been the producer for the whole event. And I have to say she's the master of Excel, just to name one thing. And also very good at not only keeping track of time, but also of the whole, how everything is working, and then everything works smoothly.
2 minutes to wait.
2 minutes still. Is there anybody who wants to comment or give some feedback?
Any favorites?
Is there something that you would like to say?
On behalf of audience, this is my fourth time in the NordMatch. Hello, I'm Cloud. And
fourth time.
I'd like to thank all of you organizers.
Oh,
no.
But the streaming, you cannot be here.
Never matter, this is between us, so. So yes, it's fun being here, and great party as always, etc. And I would like to thank all of you guys who make these 2 days wonderful time here, and especially as I don't know anyone else so great as Anki here, so then I'll address my thanks to Anki, which has already spread her thanks to others, so now everybody has been thanked. So.
Ooh, yes!
Now we're ready for the 5th.
Ready for the 5th.
Thank you. We'll see. This project, Creative and Inclusive Finland, actually stops in December. So, and there are several organizations who have applied to continue the coordination role. So there will be a new one, but we'll see who has it. And of course, as I said, NordMatch can be done by other organizations as well. So. And now I see the panel arriving.
Action now.
And before the panel can say, we have said thanks to many people, and I have also praised Riikka here in her absence, and I want to praise you in your presence as well. So thank you, Riikka, for everything, for the unimaginable amount of planning and structuring and doing puzzle work and excellent excelling and all that, and taking care of all the students and of all the participants and all the speakers and panels. So thank you so much. And Joo. Joo.
Microphone on. Before Rika puts the slide, the winner.
The name is not.
No, I know, but it's nice to have the next slide, so that it keeps the attention on. Yes. But we are on the safe side. Before we hear what the judges, experts say, we will thank them for their work before you announce. You're welcome. Valtteri Karhu, Turid Johannesen, Mikael von Boguslavski. A big hand to sharing your expertise and being so straightforward and honest in your feedback. What? I thought, Rika, you haven't got your present yet. So now it's the perfect. I thought that you already got it. Then I will give the big microphone over here, the black one, to Mr. Mikael from Boguslavski, who is representing the AF Lindstedt Fund, to present us the winner of the NordMatch 2017 pitching contest. And do you want to be sitting, or do you want to stand in front? Or I think it's maybe then you have with the flowers and so on. So. And maybe you can stand next to him so you can be shown also. So. Great.
Okay, so this was really, really difficult. I would like to, on behalf of the panel, I would really like to thank all of the pitches. They were really interesting. It was great to see this creativity and all these inspiring ideas that you have. And we had a really difficult task to find to decide on a winner. But the jury has reached a verdict, and the reason, the motivation for why we are awarding this prize to the particular winner is that the pitch was excellent. We all agreed on that. The winner has prior experience in the field where the project will be realized, and there was true passion also for carrying it out, and we believe that it's a very viable and very important subject that is being treated in the project. And also we really encourage the winner to grow and expand this in the long term, and we really think that will be possible. So the winner of NordMatch 2017 is so the magic of diversity, Tobias.
Tobias Grünfelder, the magic of diversity. Yeah. And Anders Derefalk from Pro Arts and Business, who have been together with the fund arranging this prize for today. Thank you very much for the pricing.
Thank you all. Good one. Great taste.
Smile.
Smile. You're on camera.
Carry on. Would you like to say something, Tobias, with the mic? Yeah, you have the mic here. You can still have some promotional 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute.
Yeah, I know. It's tough for me. But, I mean, I was not expecting that because I was originally not planning to come here. And I'm happy for that opportunity. And I think there are always opportunities out there and you have to just see them. And, yeah, try to do something with people who are motivated, and I hope I can, do a great event, maybe like really connected here with NordMatch. And thank you for this chance. And it's always good to get some, boost and motivation for something you're doing, because that keeps you running for it. Thank you. And let's make it more magical. I mean,
thank you. Thank you. And I think, is this the last slide now? Yes. So, thank you very much. Enjoy the study visits and enjoy your time in Helsinki. Thank you.
Let's gather the study visit guides and the people going to the study visit outside here within the registration area. Yes, I said it earlier, by the sign where the study visits are. Yes. Great. Thank you, everybody, and safe journey home, and go out and change the world for the better.